Welcome to Gossip Harbor, the channel that brings you the tea. Before we dive into today's story, please kindly like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell so you won't miss out on our upcoming videos and leave a comment. Thanks. Now, let's get on with today's story.
My story. It's not something I like to revisit, but I think sharing it might just help you understand the kind of betrayal I went through, and the revenge that, I'll admit, tasted sweeter than I ever imagined. It all started on what was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. My wedding. Emily and I had been together for 3 years, and I thought I had found my forever. She was everything I wanted, smart, funny, and beautiful. We had our ups and downs during our engagement, but I chalked it up to normal relationship struggles. If only I knew back then what I know now. 4 days. That's all it took for my perfect life to come crashing down. 4 days after our wedding, I came home early from a meeting that had been cancelled. I remember feeling excited to surprise Emily. I even picked up her favourite dessert on the way back. When I walked into the house, I heard laughter. It wasn't the kind of laughter you hear when someone's watching TV or chatting on the phone. It was different, intimate, coming from our bedroom. My heart started racing. I don't know what possessed me to approach quietly, but I did. The bedroom door was slightly open, and that's when I saw it. Emily, my wife, in bed with Nathan, my brother, my elder brother. I froze. It felt like someone had punched me in the stomach and sucked all the air out of the room. I didn't even feel anger at first, just shock. Then rage started bubbling up, but I stopped myself. I didn't want to confront them in the heat of the moment. So I stepped back, closed the front door loudly, and waited. The panic on Emily's face when she came rushing out of the bedroom was almost laughable. Her hair was a mess, and she was wearing nothing but my shirt. Nathan followed her, looking like a deer in headlights. He muttered something about leaving and bolted before I could say a word to him. Emily dropped to her knees right there in the living room. She grabbed my hands, crying uncontrollably, saying, "Michael, please let me explain. It's not what it looks like." I just stared at her, my voice calm but cold. "Not what it looks like? You were in our bed with my brother. How else am I supposed to take that?" That's when the confessions started pouring out. She admitted that the affair had started during our engagement, 2 years before we got married. 2 years. All that time I was planning our future together, and she was sneaking around with my brother behind my back. "I ended it before the wedding," she sobbed. "I thought marrying you would fix everything. I swear I love you, Michael. Please don't leave me." I didn't say a word. I just let her keep talking. And then she said something that took this entire nightmare to a new level of insanity. "If it'll make you feel better, cheat on me. Sleep with someone else. Let's make it even. Just, please don't leave me." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Cheat on her to even the score. The sheer audacity was mind-blowing. I walked out of the house that night and stayed at a friend's place. I needed time to think, to process. And I needed a plan. Over the next few days, I pretended to forgive her. I told her I wanted to work things out, that we could rebuild what was broken. She believed me, of course, because she wanted to believe it. But deep down, I was already plotting my revenge. Nathan wasn't going to get off easy either. Growing up, I had idolized him. He was the cool, confident older brother I always looked up to. But this was unforgivable. Here's how I got my revenge. First, I built trust. I played the role of the forgiving husband, all while gathering evidence of Emily's continued lies. She claimed she'd cut off contact with Nathan, but I saw the texts, hidden messages, secret meetups. She wasn't even sorry. She was just afraid of losing me. Next, I exposed Nathan. He was in a long-term relationship with a woman named Lisa. I anonymously sent her screenshots of his texts with Emily and a few other women he'd been seeing. The fallout was immediate. Lisa dumped him, and he lost the respect of most of our family when the truth came out. Then, I hit Emily where it hurt. On what would have been our 6-month anniversary, I confronted her with everything. The texts, the lies, the betrayal. I told her I'd already filed for divorce, and that she would leave the marriage with nothing. She begged, cried, screamed, offered to do anything to make it right. But I was done. The final twist. During those months, I had reconnected with an old friend, Rachel. She had always been a sore spot for Emily, someone she was irrationally jealous of. Well, Rachel and I started dating shortly after the divorce. When Emily found out, she completely lost it. I won't lie and say it was easy. Betrayal from the two people I loved most in the world left scars that will never fully heal. But walking away from that toxic situation was the best decision I ever made. So that's my story. It's not just about betrayal, it's about finding strength, reclaiming my dignity, and making sure they both felt the consequences of their actions. And let me tell you, revenge might not heal you completely, but it sure does feel satisfying.